Good morning, ladies. Welcome to our hump day, midweek inauguration day workout. Hope you're all doing well. It's a beautiful day. We're going to get started with a hip hinge here. Shoulders down, chest open, knees nice and soft. Leading with that chest, nice flat back. Coming up and squeezing the glutes. And I want to do a special shout out to Carla Moeller, who's joining us today in Florida. Hi, Carla. Yay.
60 seconds.
Miss you.
Proceed to a station.
All right. So stay tuned later. Those of you who want to say hello to Carla, maybe you can say hello to her after the workout. All right. Leading with the chest. Feeling that nice hamstring stretch, squeezing those glutes. Excellent. Shoulders are down. We're also opening up that chest. And breathing, getting in that breathing pattern, much easier to do at home. You don't have a mask on, right? Nice flat back coming up, shoulders stay down. Let's do two more. Squeezing those glutes. Breathing, nice. Okay, I'm gonna take this off so you can hear me a little better. Feet nice and wide now, feet are parallel. Making sure you're pushing those hips back. Mindful that knee not going past the foot. We are opening up the hips, stretching out those inner thighs, reaching across the body here. Trying to keep that chest up. And then if you can, pick it up a little bit, make it more of a dynamic stretch. Good. Modifying as needed. If you've got a knee that doesn't like this lateral motion, stop a little earlier. Make sure you're really pushing those hips back. Let's do a couple doubles or pulses here. Should feel nice, stretching those inner thighs. Opening up those hips. Great. Pushing the hips back. Excellent. Little pulse.
Stop,
Little
exercise.
pulse. Great. Two more. And one. Awesome. We're going to do a single leg reach, single leg, single arm reach. Balance here. Try to get that hand right over the shoulder if you can. So working on that shoulder flexibility, knees should stay right in front of the hip. Remember, with any balance exercise, focusing on a spot in front of you, something that's fixed. If you can, get that knee nice and high, and then pick it up a little bit. Reach, raise the knee up. Reach and march. Good. Woo! Feels good. Nice and long. Feeling that reach all the way through the side. Little balance. Always like to work on balance. We'll work on more of that today. Excellent. Woo!
Stop, exercise.
Nice. All right, let's do a little booty kick. Heel to your bottom here. Knee stays underneath the hip, so you're feeling a nice hamstring activation there. And then we're going to add a little row here to activate that upper back. Shoulders down, chest open. So you should feel a hamstring activation, dynamic quad stretch here, waking up that upper back, opening up the chest. Shoulders stay down on this. Good. Woo! Chilly out this morning, starting to warm up here. I had my vest on, maybe, who knows, I may be able to take my jacket off too, but right now it's still a little chilly. We've got a sunny day here, gorgeous.
Stop, exercise.
Less wind than yesterday, which is good. All right, let's go to a squat, YT or chest opener. So hips are back on that squat, arms coming up into a Y, into a T, opening up the chest. If you have a shoulder issue and want to just do the T, that's fine. If you're able to do that YT, little push back. Make sure on that squat, the hips go back, knees stay even with, think about second and third toe, but it's mostly focused on pushing those hips back, opening up the chest. Great. And breathing. Excellent. Hips back, warming up the lower body, getting ready for some chair squats, which we're going to start with today.
Stop, exercise,
right.
and switch to the next
I'm going to go
station.
to my chair here. You can use a chair, a bench, a couch, something more, a little bit more stable. Maybe a little bit stiffer than a couch is ideal. If this doesn't work for you, feel free to do a wall sit. But as you all know, squat is a staple in your daily routine. We're gonna push those hips back, touch the chair or bench and come up and squeeze the glutes. Now, if you need to actually sit down, if it's too low for you, and then come up, that's fine too. If you're able to just touch down, push through the feet, squeeze the glutes. Looking for nice quad, glute, hammy activation here. And remember, you want to minimize forward movement of the knees. All right, so some of you, those knees may want to come forward. That's going to put extra stress on the knees. We want this to be all about
Stop, exercise.
quads, hammies, glutes, and core engagement, okay? Weight is optional. I grabbed a kettlebell. If you've got a weight, you can hold it here. Or you can just, you don't have a weight. For some people, it helps to just reach forward with their arms to counterbalance the hips going back, okay? So with or without a weight. If you are holding a weight, hold it a little closer to the body. Squeeze the glutes, good. Pushing hips back, again, staple in our everyday routines. Sitting. Important to learn how to make the muscles do the work here and not take stress in the knees. Keeping the chest up if you can, squeeze those glutes, good.
Stop, exercise.
Now, for those who would like to add a press to this, with or without weight, you're squatting, you're reaching up, pushing towards the ceiling, getting those shoulders working. If you've got a small weight or a weight and you're able to press that overhead, we're going to press that overhead. That's only if your shoulders are good, if you feel like you want a little extra here, and if your shoulders are sensitive and you want to just reach overhead with no weight, that works well too. But remember, anytime you have a weight overhead, you're working the core as well as the shoulders here. You're still thinking about pushing the hips back and squeezing those glutes. Good. So great full body movement.
Stop, exercise.
Not compromising that squat form. All right, on this last one, I'm going to add some pulses. So if you'd like to join me with that, we'll do 3 pulses to press, okay? Shoulders down, chest open. Here we go, pushing hips back.
4.
2, 1, press and squeeze those glutes, good. 3, 2, 1, squeeze the glutes, excellent. Keeping the chest up, pushing through the feet, squeeze the glutes. As you push or reach overhead, working the shoulders, working the abs, quads, hammies, glutes. Good work, ladies. Woo! Nice. 3, 2, 1. Hope you're feeling those legs. I am. Let's do one more. Push the hips back. 2, 1, and reach. Nice. Okay, we're going to go to some arm curls. If you've got some weights, I invite you to grab the weights. We're going to incorporate a little balance into this exercise. So you're going to put one foot in front of the other.
Begin set 1.
You're going to try to be equally weighted on those feet as you curl arms up. And I like to flip the arms up when I go past my body. So starting in a hammer curl position, coming to a arm curl position, palms up, okay? Just kind of a nice way to work the biceps. There's your exhale, slowly lower. Now, you want to think about both feet being equally weighted. The tendency is to put most of your weight on the back leg. If you're going to equally weight those legs,
stop, exercise.
It's going to be a little more challenging on the balance, okay? Remember, with any balance exercise, it helps to focus on a spot in front of you, something fixed. Let's switch legs, all right? Other foot in front. Knees nice and soft. Shoulders down, chest open. Here we go.
Begin set 2.
Nice. Elbows stay pinned to the sides. Shoulders stay down, chest open. There's your exhale. Good. And one side might be a little shakier than the other. That's normal. It's nice to identify that so you can maybe practice working on that side a little bit more, that balance, or whether it's strength or flexibility, whatever it is. Great. Slowly lower. Nice.
Stop, exercise.
Let's do one more. Good. All right, 3 and 4, I invite you to join me for some heel raises if you're able to do that. If not, you're gonna stick with the balance flat-footed. If you're able to do heel raises, we're gonna get a little calf work with balance on this.
3.
So heels up and coming down, good. Heels up and down, nice. So getting the calves working here. And it doesn't have to be a big heel raise. Just enough to get those calves working. And of course, you're balancing as well. Good. Still keeping that nice arm curl form, upper arm fixed. Slowly lowering with that lower arm.
Exercise.
Let's do one more. Great. All right, take a quick break, shake it out. We got one more set of these. Let's do a little toe raise here. All right. Opposite movement, shoulders down, chest open. Here we go. Up on the toes.
Begin set 4.
And slowly lower. And we're going to continue with some balance work next with our band. So if you've got a band, a loop band, you're going to put that around your ankles. And we're going to do some single leg work. If single leg work does not work for you, you can do a seated clamshell. So you're going to put the band around your knees, above your knees, and sit down and do an open and close clamshell there, which is working the same muscle groups, okay, which is outer hip and glute. Good.
Stop exercise.
Let's do one
and
more.
switch to the next station.
Up, hold, slowly lower. Great. All right. I'm going to put my weights down. I'm going to grab my handy dandy loop band here. All right. Put that around the ankles. So just to show you, if you need to do the clamshell,
Begin
seated,
set 1.
over your knees, pushing out. Okay. If you're doing the single leg reach, you can hold on to something if you need more support. Standing on one leg, the knee is soft. You're going to reach with front, forward, reach side, and reach back. Mindful of nice, tight abs. Only touching down if you need to here. So this is where you're really focused on that spot in front of you, around 6 feet or so in front of you. It could be an electrical outlet. It could be a piece of furniture, a plant, whatever you got.
Exercise.
But you're working the quad, hip and glute here, glute and hamstring on that back extension. All right, we're going to switch legs. Again, reminding you to keep that standing knee soft. And again, you can do this holding on to something if you need to be a little bit more stable.
Begin set 2.
You can do this without a band. Good. So notice my torso is not moving here. Ideally, you're keeping your torso still, chest up and open, focusing on core and lower body here. Great. So we got quad front, glute medius, IT band side, pushing back, glute hammy. Good. Keeping that core engaged the whole time. Let's do one more, look at these. Woo! Nice. All right, sets 3 and 4 similar, but we're going to make this a little bit more of a fluid semicircle, okay? So you want to start no further than mid-body here, and just a sweeping circle back.
Begin set 3.
Might be a little bit more challenging, but you want to make sure you can touch down if you need to at any point here. If you're able to stand on one leg the whole time, that's more challenging, so see if you can do that. Good, and you're thinking about keeping the tension in that band. If you've got the band on, I want tension in it the whole time. Good. Woo! Nice, ladies. Are your shoulders relaxed? Are your abs engaged? Are you breathing? Are you having fun? Woo! A little shaky here.
Stop exercise.
Nice. All right, switching sides. Again, standing knees soft, resetting, head, neck, and shoulders, nice and relaxed. Here we go. Nice and tall through the chest, reaching forward and back. Tension in the band the whole time. I started a little early.
Begin set
A little
4.
excited. Good. Tension in the band the whole time. Yeah. Nice. Woo! So really important to keep these muscles strong here. They're your foundation. Help with back strength and flexibility, keeping your back safe. So glutes, super important. and balance, of course. Always like to work on balance. Fall prevention as we get older becomes an issue.
Stop exercise. and
Excellent
switch to the
job,
next
ladies. Woo! Okay, we are gonna go to the mat next and do a core stabilization, spinal stabilization exercise called bird dog, which a lot of you are familiar with. You are gonna be on all fours, tabletop position,
Begin
hands
set 1.
underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. You can do a knuckle here if you've got sensitive wrists. Shoulders down, abs engaged. You're gonna extend one arm to the opposite leg and hold for 5. And then you're gonna switch sides. Now, each time you switch sides, I want you to think about resetting. Shoulders down, abs engaged. Shoulders down, abs engaged, and then extend and reach. Now notice my leg isn't up here. I want your
Stop
leg
exercise.
parallel to the ground. Let's do one more. Shoulders down, abs engaged, reach and hold. And then you want to focus in on lengthening that back side. This is great, like I said, great for spinal stabilization. And you want to keep that core
Begin
engaged as
set
well.
2.
All right, set number 2. I'm going to make it a little bit more challenging. If you'd like to join me, you're going to go out underneath the body as you engage the abs, extend and hold, and then switch sides, okay? Out, extend, underneath the body, extend and hold, and switch sides. Again, each time you're switching sides, resetting, shoulders down, abs engaged. Don't forget to breathe. Excellent.
Stop exercise.
One more. Out. Underneath the body. Stretch and hold. And relax. Good. All right, for 3 and 4, if you'd like to make it a little more challenging, we're going to stay on one diagonal for each side.
Begin set 3.
So I'm going to start with left arm, right leg. And again, you can do this one if you need more of a challenge, or you can stick to what we were doing before. This is just one. Opposite arm and leg going underneath the body and extending and holding. Good. My shoulder stays away from my ear. My head stays neutral. Engaging the abs. Reaching nice and long. Great.
Stop exercise.
Take a break. So a lot of stabilization going on in the core, in the spine. Great for balance and also lengthening that spine. You want to focus on that reach. Okay, we've got one more set here, ladies. Shoulders down, abs engaged.
4.
Here we go. Extending nice and long underneath the body and extend. Good. Extend, breathe. Good. And exhale. Nice. Almost there, ladies. Reach and hold. Reach and hold. Excellent.
Stop exercise and
Well
switch
done.
to
Let's
the
go
next
back and do just a
station.
brief child's pose. Stretching the low back, stretching the shoulders. And we are going to now move on to our pullover. So I'm going to use 2 weights for this. You can use 1 weight like this if you like, depending on what how heavy your weights are. But the
Begin
pullover
set 1.
is a great exercise for chest, back, triceps, and abs. I'm going to keep these weights together behind me as I engage my abs. I'm going to exhale and pull that weight over, hence the name, over the chest. So here's your inhale, and this would be your exhale, okay? So again, you can use 1 weight here if it suits you. Reaching behind, pulling up over the chest, okay? And if you have a shoulder issue, I always
Stop exercise.
recommend trying the motion with no weight first. If you're not sure about this motion, I don't know about this motion, okay? If that doesn't feel good, you can always go to a skull crusher instead, which is more triceps targeted, but that would be your alternative
Begin set
movement
2.
here, okay? All right, here we go. Abs nice and engaged as you reach back. Inhale, Exhale, good. So again, working the lats, big back muscles, working the shoulders, chest and triceps. That lower back wants to come off the mat when you reach back. Don't let it do so. I want you to think about core engagement as you're reaching back. There's your exhale.
Stop, exercise.
Nice. Now, for those of you who don't have heavy weights or a heavy weight and you want to be a little bit more challenged here, I'm going to invite you to add a bridge with me, okay? And I'm going to add the bridge as I pull up. I'm going to raise the hips. So this is completely optional, but just if you want more of a compound
Begin
movement
set 3.
and your weights are not too heavy. So you're going to inhale here as you exhale and pull up. You're going to squeeze those glutes and lift those hips, okay? Great. Come back down. So this is, as I said, compound movement. Now you've got a lot of upper body muscles working, you've got the core working, and now you've just added glutes and hammies in the mix. Excellent. Reaching behind, squeezing those glutes.
Stop, exercise.
And last one. All right, we have one final set here. I'm going to keep the bridge up the whole time on this set, which you can invite you to join me with that. If you'd like to do the up and down again, that works as well. Or if you're just doing a
Begin set
pullover,
4.
you can just stick with the pullover or your skull crushers. Whatever is challenging for you today, whatever works for your body today. Make sure you're focusing on the muscle groups you're working, whether it's just triceps or compound movement here, lats, chest, triceps, abs, glutes, and hammies. Woo! Great. There's your inhale and exhale. Keeping those glutes nice and tight.
Stop, exercise, and switch to the next
Awesome,
station.
well done. All right, we're going to focus just on bridges now. So if you did some bridges with me, that's fine, but we're going to focus on a ball bridge or a squeezing pillow, whatever you have between your knees, bridge, okay? And this is going to get the inner thighs involved,
Begin set
right?
1.
So shoulders down, head and neck nice and long, squeezing the glutes coming up. I want you to squeeze that ball. Now, for those of you who need a little bit more of a warm up, I invite you to go up and down. If you're already warmed up and you want to stay here and just do a pulsing squeeze, you can do that. You can have your arms up for less stability or even less stability, hands over the shoulders, and that's if you want to challenge your core a little bit more, okay? So again, depending on where you are, what's challenging for you today, what works for your body. But you're keeping everything nice and tight, whatever you're doing, whatever version you're doing, glutes are tight, abs are tight, and squeezing that ball or pillow or whatever you have to squeeze at home. All right, for those of you who would like to do a single leg version of this, I'm going to lose the ball, okay?
Begin set 2.
Set 2. Let's do one more with the ball. I wasn't sure. All right, squeezing the glutes coming up, arms up or arms down. Let's do one more version of just squeezing, pulse squeezing that ball. Good, great. I want to make sure we really get those inner thighs. Nice. So ball, pillow, like I said, whatever you've got to squeeze. Arms can be here if you need more stability. But again, if you want a little bit more core work, hands over the shoulders. Don't forget to breathe. Is everything nice and tight, ladies?
Stop, exercise.
Nice and buttoned up. All right, here we go. Now, if you'd like to do single leg, I invite you to join me and lose the ball. If you are not going to do single leg, let's have you lose the ball anyway. Move your feet a little wider and do some different bridges with a different position. If you're doing single leg, we're going to
Begin
do what's called
set 3.
single leg hip extension. So I'm going to raise one leg up. I'm going to lower my hips to the ground with that straight leg and drive through this leg. And this is great for, of course, ton of work on that bent leg as you're working like hamstring, glute. You want to keep those hips nice and tight. Drive through the right leg, hold. Good. And you can also add extra instability by arms up here. So again, depending on where you are, what works for you today. If you're doing double leg, just play with the position of your feet. Play with pulsing up and down. Let's do 2 more here. Woo! Are we feeling the hammy and glute, ladies? Oh yeah, there it is. Nice. Best way to rest the hamstrings, just put the legs straight out and relax, all right? Final set here, if you're doing single leg, you're gonna lift that other leg up, lowering the leg with the hips, driving through, good. And again, arms can be here, they can be over the shoulders. Just make sure those hips are nice and even. Great. Push and hold. How are we doing, ladies? Are you feeling that hammy glute backside? Oh yeah. Woo! Always like working the backside. As women, we tend to be overdeveloped in the front and the quads and the chest muscles. So really important to pay attention to that.
Stop exercise and switch to the next station.
Nice work, ladies. We're gonna rest the legs out for just a moment. Awesome. All right, our planks are next. Today we're gonna do some forearm planks, and I'll throw in some variations for those of you who would like some variations. I want you to think about your form utmost, first and foremost. Elbows underneath the shoulders.
Begin set 1.
Hands in front of the elbows. Pulling the navel in, squeezing the glutes. You want to think about opening up that ground with your hands. So pressing apart, really making sure the shoulders stay down, the chest is open, and you're pushing through those heels toward the wall behind you, staying nice and long in that perfect plank position, okay? Once we establish that perfect plank, then we can add to it if you so desire. Woo! Are we breathing? Awesome. Woo!
Stop exercise.
Nice. On the break, little child's pose. Now always remember, if you've got any kind of back issue or if during the plank your back starts to give you a little trouble, you're always free to go down to your knees and keep that plank position, or just assume child's pose for a moment or two.
Begin set 2.
All right, step number 2. Once we've established that perfect plank, reaching through the heels, spreading apart the floor with our hands, shoulders down, chest open. You can add a little something. I'm going to add a little knee drop here. Now notice my hips stay still, even though I'm dropping one knee at a time. This is just if you'd like a variation. I really feel this one in the abs. I hope you do too. Not compromising our form. Woo! Great job, ladies.
Stop
Let's
exercise.
do 2 more. Nice. All right, go back to child's pose. For sets 3 and 4, I'm going to stir the pot, which is one of my favorites because I find it very challenging. So if you'd like another variation that's more challenging, you
Begin
can
set
join me
3.
on that. And that is like drawing a circle in the mat with your hips. Again, your plank form does not suffer from this. You're keeping that perfect plank. It's just as if I'm drawing a circle in the mat with my hips. So my shoulders are still down, my chest is still open, head and neck in that neutral position. Drawing on the table, squeezing the glutes. Woo! Nice, ladies. Hang it in there.
Stop exercise.
Awesome. Quick child's pose. We've got one more, ladies. Let's make this count. I'm going to go in the other direction. Whatever is challenging for you today. Holding the plank, plank on your knees, plank on a chair or bench. I'm going to get started.
Begin set 4.
Stir in the pot with me if you'd like. Final set. Keeping the glutes nice and tight. Are you breathing? Woo! Are we having a good time? Oh yeah. Home stretch, ladies. Let's make this count now. Really challenge yourselves. Keeping that perfect plank, abs and glutes tight. Keep breathing. We're almost there. Well done. You showed up today. You did it. And hopefully you'll feel better for it. Awesome. Seconds away, ladies. Hang tough.
Stop
Woo!
exercise. Your training is now complete.
Well done, ladies. Thanks so much for joining me today. That was fantastic. Then grab my mask here and do a quick little shaking the arms out, opening up the chest. If you'd like to say hi to each other. Hi, ladies.